So let first we define the coupling. A coupling can be defined as a mechanical device that permanently joins two rotating shafts to each other. Okay, the shafts may be collinear, shafts may be parallel, shaft may be at some angle. So coupling joins both the shafts so the power can be transferred from one shaft to the another shaft. Basic definition. So here this is shaft number 1, shaft number 2. So with the help of muff, muff is also called sleeve. It is basically a hollow shaft you can consider. Just like a hollow shaft single. So shaft 1 and shaft 2. So shaft 1 is the input shaft. Means it is connected with the motor. So it is rotating. So on this shaft there is a sleeve. This hatchet portion is a sleeve. This is the sleeve. So key is fitted in between sleeve and the shaft number 1. So this part is the key. This is the key. So when shaft 1 rotates, so power is transferred with the help of key to the sleeve. So sleeve also rotates. When sleeve rotates, so because of the key connected with the second shaft also, so power is transferred from sleeve to the second shaft with the help of key. Okay, so element of the coupling you can consider. There are two shafts required. One is the input shaft, one is the output shaft. This is the output shaft. This is the length of the sleeve. It is the empirical relation 3.5D. This is the key. So shaft, sleeve, and key. These are the basic components of the muff coupling. Okay. So in the muff coupling, the dismantling was very tough. Dismantling of the coupling for the maintenance purpose. So dismantling was not easy because when you have to dismantle both the shaft, then it is very difficult to slide the sleeve over the shafts. So to avoid this problem, there is a solution: split muff coupling. So that muff is divided into two semicircular. So those two parts are connected with the help of bolts. So these are the clamping bolts. So dismantling it is easy, but the concept is same. So this is split muff coupling. So you can say it is the advanced version of the muff coupling. After that, there is one more concept: rigid flange coupling. So in this shaft, the sleeve is given the shape of the flange. So this portion is the input flange and this portion is the output flange. Both the flange are connected with the bolts. Both the flanges are connected with the bolts. So power is transferred from shaft number 1 to hub or the flange. This portion is also called hub. So power is transferred from shaft number 1 to hub. Then hub is given a shape of flange, and from flange number 1 to flange number 2, they are connected with the bolts. So due to the shearing of the bolts, power is transferred from one input flange to output flange. Then output flange to second shaft with the help of key. So this is again advanced version, or it is easy to dismantle the rigid flange coupling. So again the components are driving shaft, driven shaft, key, okay, and one more flange coupling, flanges, input flanges and output flanges. This is the side view, and this is the front view. Now protected type rigid flange coupling, totally same, only the flange are given, they are protected, because during the operation when there is a failure of the bolt, so it can harm the operator. That bolt can harm the operator. So for the safety purpose, these bolts are covered they are protected by a rim. So it is a protected circumferential rim. These bolts are protected. So that's why it is known as protected type rigid flange coupling. So only the safety feature is included in the rigid flange coupling, then it is protected type rigid flange coupling. Proportions. So small d is the shaft diameter, d1 is the bolt diameter, small t is the thickness of the flange. You can say it is the thickness of the flange. And T1 is the thickness of the rim. This is the thickness of the rim. So T is the shaft diameter, D1 is the bolt diameter, T is the thickness of the flange, T1 is the rim thickness, which is used for protection. And DR or DH is the hub diameter. From here to here, it is hub diameter. And both the flanges are one is worked as a socket and one is worked as a spigot. So there is some recessed portion is there. So that DR is the recessed diameter. DR is the recessed diameter. LH is the length of the hub. So LH is length of the hub. The length of the key is kept equal to the length of the hub generally. जितनी length hub की है उतनी ही length उसकी रख दी जाती है. ठीक है. This is again the side view. So here DH is outside diameter of the hub. These all are empirical relation. So once you have the shaft diameter, then everything can be calculated by the compositions. So DH is 2D, LH is 1.5 times shaft diameter, and capital D is the pitch circle diameter of the bolt. So capital D is pitch circle diameter of the bolt. So you can say it is center of the bolt here, center of the bolt here. Then this distance is the PCD. It is the pitch circle diameter of the bolt. So it is 3D. These relations are fixed, and these relations are generated with the empirical results. And these relations are given in data book also. So nothing has to memorize, just open the data book, see the relations, calculate the shaft diameter, then calculate the hub diameter, length of the hub, and pitch circle diameter. Thickness of the flange, again empirical. These all are empirical relations. So how many empirical relations are there? 7 empirical relations. 7 empirical relations. One is for DH, LH, capital D, small t thickness of the flange, T1 thickness of the rim, DR diameter of the spigot and recess, and DO is outside diameter of the flange, which is 4D plus 2T1. We will do the numerical, then we will use these formulas. How we will decide the number of bolts? If the shaft diameter is 40 millimeter, less than 40 millimeter, then number of the bolts are kept 3. Between 40 to 100, bolts are 4, 100 to 180, number of the bolts are 6. Advantages of the rigid flange coupling. Rigid flange coupling has high torque transmitting capacity as compared to muff coupling and slave coupling. And rigid coupling is easy to assemble and dismantle. And it is simple in construction, it is easy to design and manufacture. Theoretical part. Some disadvantages. It is a rigid type of coupling, it cannot tolerate misalignment. Misalignment means, suppose this is the input shaft, this is the center, and this is the, suppose, output shaft. This is the output shaft, and this is the center. So there is a misalignment, both the axes are not collinear. So there is a misalignment between the axis of the shaft. So when there is a misalignment, this coupling is not providing good results. So it does not tolerate the misalignment, and misalignment can be of many types. This type of misalignment is known as literal misalignment. It is known as literal misalignment. Sometimes the shaft are, suppose this is first shaft and this is the another shaft. So this is the axis of the first shaft, this is the axis of the another shaft. So both are having some angle, then it is the angular misalignment. So there are many types of misalignment. We can see in the further slides how many types of misalignments are there. So one is literal, one is angular, and one is axial misalignment. So design analysis of the rigid coupling. So there are two cases. First case is bolts are fitted in rimmed and ground holes. Bolts are fitted between two flanges, input flange and output flange. So when the holes are fitted in rimmed and ground holes, means there is no clearance between the bolt and the hole. There is no clearance. So there is no need to tighten the bolt. So in that case, empty torque is given by force multiplied by radius. So this is the radius d by 2 pitch circle diameter. So this empty we can find force multiplied by radius, and there are n number of bolts. So this is multiplied by number of the bolts. So this is the total torque. This is the total torque. And shear stress produced can be found by the force multiplied by area. Force multiplied by area. And force we can calculate from here. So P equal to we can find twice mt by dn. Twice mt by dn. So just put the value of P here. So it is twice mt divided by dn. Whole divided by area. So area is pi by 4 d1 square. Area of the cross section of the bolt. Bolt diameter is small d1. So it is pi by 4 d1 square. D is the pitch circle diameter. Small d1 is the bolt diameter. Nominal diameter of the bolt. So after solving this, 4 2s are 8. So it is 8 times mt divided by pi dn d1 square. So you will get this formula. Okay, so this is the shear stress produced in the bolt. So in the case 1, when bolts are fitted in rimmed and ground holes, the power is transferred due to the shearing of the bolts. So just we have to check the shear stress as per the for the safe design. The shear stress produced in the bolt material should not be greater than the permissible value of the shear stress for that material for the safe design. So this is case 1. Am I audible? Now we are moving to numerical. Yes, Sandeep है class में, पुष्पेंद्र हैं.
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Yes sir. Let's do one example. A rigid coupling is used to transmit 20 kilowatt power at 720 rpm. So once power is given, rpm is given, we can find the torque with the help of 60 10 to the power 6 divided by 2 pi n. This is the formula. So n rpm is given 720 and power is given 20. So we can calculate the torque from here. So torque is available. Please calculate this value. How much torque is coming over here? 60 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 2 pi. Kilowatt is 20. It is 720. कैलकुलेटर उठाइए और वैल्यू बताइए एमटी का. द यूनिट इज न्यूटन मिलीमीटर. Yes, Sandeep, calculate what is the torque coming over here.
2,65,260.
Okay, 2,65,260 न्यूटन mm. है ना, पॉइंट में आ रहा हो तो वो भी ले सकते हैं 2 डिजिट पर. So there are 4 bolts. है ना, number of the bolts are given n equal to 4. And the pitch circle diameter of the bolt is 125, means capital D is 125. The bolts are made of steel 45C8. So carbon is 0.45%, manganese is 0.8%. SYT is 380. Factor of safety is 3. So determine the diameter of the bolts. So D1 has to be determined. D1 has to be determined. Okay, assume that the bolts are finger tight in the rimmed and ground holes. है ना, अब ये वर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है. बोल्ट्स आर फिंगर टाइट इन रीम्ड एंड ग्राउंड होल्स. इसका मतलब ये केस 1 है. अभी हमने केस 2 पढ़ा नहीं है. केस 2 में क्या होता है? क्लियरेंस होता है बोल्ट होल एंड बोल्ट होल के बीच में देयर इज ए क्लियरेंस. तो उस क्लियरेंस की वजह से हमें बोल्ट को प्रीलोड देना पड़ता है, उसे इनिशियली टाइटन करना पड़ता है. ठीक है ना. जब देर क्लियरेंस नहीं होता है तो फिंगर टाइट होते हैं ऑलरेडी. देयर इज नो नीड टू टाइटन द नट and power is transferred due to the shear action of the bolts. ठीक है, ड्यू टू द शियर एक्शन ऑफ द बोल्ट से पावर ट्रांसफर होती है। तो यहाँ पर हमें कुछ नहीं करना है, अभी हमने जो कंसेप्ट पढ़ा है ना, तो कंसेप्ट क्या पढ़ा है हमने, ये फॉर्मूला डेवलप किया है, शियर स्ट्रेस इक्वल टू 8 टाइम्स mt बाई पाई dn d1 स्क्वायर। तो बस इसी फॉर्मूले का हम यूज कर सकते हैं, 8 टाइम्स mt डिवाइडेड बाई पाई dn d1 स्क्वायर, है ना। अब इस क्वेश्चन में हमसे d1 पूछा जा रहा है, तो d1 तो अननोन हो गया, ठीक है। अब शियर स्ट्रेस, तो शियर स्ट्रेस हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि SYT गिवन है और फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी भी गिवन है। तो हमारा परमिसिबल शियर स्ट्रेस जो है वो हो जाएगा 380 डिवाइडेड बाई 3 और इसमें 0.5 से मल्टीप्लाई और हो जाएगा, है ना। SYT 380 है तो SYS जो है वो हाफ होता है SYT का, सो इट इज 380 into 0.5 डिवाइड बाई 3। सो इन प्लेस ऑफ टाउ वी कैन पुट दिस वैल्यू, है ना, 380 into 0.5 डिवाइड, इसको सॉल्व करिए कितना आ रहा है परमिसिबल टाउ, हाउ मच इट इज कमिंग,
63.33
63.33 megapascal, correct. So just put this value over here, 63.33 for the safe design. 8 times mt is 2,65,260, 2,65,260 whole divided by pi. What is the pitch circle diameter? It is given in question 125. Number of the bolts are again given, bolts are number 4 and d1 is unknown, so you can find d1 from here. Solve it.
4.62 mm आ रहा है।
कितना आ रहा है?
सर शियर स्ट्रेस कितना आ रहा है सर?
ये स्ट्रेस 63.33 बताया आपने मुझे,
सर 73 आ रहा है सर।
73 आ रहा है, तो चलिए 73 से कैलकुलेट करिए d1 की वैल्यू।
सर 73.08 आ रहा है।
73.08 से करिए, है ना, जो भी आपकी वैल्यू आ रही है उससे करिए। इट इज 73।
सर शियर वो सही बताया था सर पुष्पेंद्र ने।
हाँ हाँ ठीक है, तो 73.08 से अब
नहीं 63.34 आएगा सर।
हाँ d1 कितना आ रहा है
सर? कैसे आ रहा है सर? आओ जो है सर वो 63.33 आएगा सर।
अच्छा अच्छा, तो 73
पहले
वाला
सही बताया था सर।
हाँ ठीक है, तो 63.33 से ही कैलकुलेट करिए, है ना।
सर 4.6 आ रहा है।
4.6 मिलीमीटर आ रहा है आपका d1, है ना।
यस सर।
रूट वगैरह कर दिया है, तो इट इज 4.6 m, ठीक है। तो दिस इज आवर, ये हमारा आंसर हो गया 4.6, या 4.3 लिखा हुआ है, तो मे भी हो सकता है कि ये टॉर्क में कुछ पॉइंट वैल्यू पर इतना अंतर आना नहीं चाहिए, आसपास है वैल्यू 4.3 4.6, नो इशू। सो दिस इज द सिंपल प्रोसीजर। कभी कभी 1 या 2 नंबर में इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आ जाते हैं, इसमें कोई हमने कपलिंग को डिजाइन नहीं किया है, जस्ट वी हैव डिजाइन द बोल्ट, है ना, कपलिंग के एक कंपोनेंट को डिजाइन किया है, राइट। तो चलते हैं हम सेकंड केस की तरफ। तो सेकंड केस में क्या है, बोल्ट्स आर फिटेड इन लार्ज क्लियरेंस होल, ठीक है। तो वहां पे क्लियरेंस नहीं था, यहाँ पे क्लियरेंस है, दीज वर्ड आर इंपॉर्टेंट। सो इन द केस ऑफ क्लियरेंस, when bolts are fitted in large clearance hole, so power is transferred with the help of friction, है ना। In the first case power is transferred with the due to the shear resistance of the bolt, but in second case because bolts are tightened with the nut, so both the flange, input flange and output flange are come together, है ना, they are joined, they are close to each other, and due to closeness there is a friction between the surfaces, contact surfaces of the both the flanges. So power is transferred due to the friction resistance, है ना। So friction radius is calculated by this formula 2/3 RO cube minus RI cube. So this RO is the outer radius of the flange and RI is the radius of the recess. इसको आप डायग्राम से जरा देख सकते हैं, ये RO RI हमारी कौन सी रेडियस है। So I am coming to the diagram first. In this diagram, yes, this is the diagram. So what is RO and what is RI? What is RO and what is RI? So now we are working on the second case. So in the second case, the bolts and hole, there is a clearance. So due to that clearance, these nuts are tightened. Due to tightening of these nuts, both the flange number 1 and flange number 2 comes together, close to each other. Due to closeness, there is a contact area between both the flanges. So what is that contact area? So contact area is this much the contact area. This is the contact area, you can say. The contact area. So these both sides are in contact. So this is the outer diameter. So DO is the outer diameter to here. That is the D. DO is the outer diameter and half of DO is RO. This is half of DO. है ना? म्यूट कर लीजिए. किसी का माइक खुला हुआ है, म्यूट कर लीजिए उसको. So RO equal to half of DO, and this is the recess portion. This is the recess portion. है ना? So this radius is dr by 2. This radius is dr by 2. So this is r. Now both are circular portion. So friction radius can be calculated by this formula. माइक ऑफ कर लीजिए बेटा. सभी लोग प्लीज माइक ऑफ रखें. So this is the formula for RF. RO is outer radius, RI is the radius of the recess, and PI is the initial tension in the each bolt, and mu is the coefficient of friction. So torque आप कैसे calculate करेंगे? Torque is given by PI is the initial tightening in the bolt multiplied by coefficient of friction. So it is the frictional force. It is the frictional force by one bolt multiplied by number of the bolts. So it is the frictional force by n number of bolts. फिर से समझिए, PI is the initial tension in the bolt, है ना? Tension is a force when multiplied by coefficient of friction, so it is the frictional force. Frictional force multiplied by number of the bolts, so it is the total frictional force by n number of bolts, and force multiplied by radius, so it will give you the torque. Force multiplied by friction radius, it will give you the torque. So friction radius formula is here. So torque can be found, and once the torque is available, then you can calculate the other things. So let's do one example. Rigid coupling is used to transmit 50 kilowatt power and 300 RPM. So when power and RPM given, you can find MT. So 60 into 10 to the power 6 into 50 divided by 2 pi into 300. इसको solve करके value बता दीजिए. The outer diameter of the flange is 200 mm. So outer diameter DO is 200. It means RO equal to 100 mm. While the recess diameter is 150, so dr is 150. It means di is half of dr, so it is 75 mm. Half of 150. So when RO and RI are available, then I can find the frictional radius. So RF is given by 2 by 3. RO cube, RO is 100 cube minus RI cube 75 cube divided by RO square 100 square minus 75 square. So just solve what is the frictional radius coming over. तो टॉर्क भी बताइए और RF भी बताइए मुझे.
सर टॉर्क आ रहा है 1591549
549.43 न्यूटन mm. It is the torque. ठीक है. Now come to the frictional radius. Yes. The coefficient of friction between the flanges is 0.15.
88.09 आ रहा सर.
88.09 millimeter. The unit is millimeter.
Yes, sir.
Because it is radius. So now MT is available, RF is available, and we are having the general formula for the second case. This is the formula. It is given in data book. MT equal to mu PI N RF. है ना? हम इसी को यूज करेंगे. MT equal to mu PI N RF. So just use it. So I have MT equal to mu PI N RF. So RF is given, it is 88.09. We have calculated. N is the number of the bolts, है ना? So कोशिश करिए, देखिए इसमें क्या बोल्ट दिए हुए हैं. Yes, there are 6 bolts, है ना? First line पढ़िए, there are 6 bolts. So N is given, so N equal to 6. So RF is available, N is available. Now mu is the coefficient of friction. So friction coefficient is also given, it is 0.15. So mu is also available. MT already you have calculated. How much it is? 15,91,549.43 Newton mm. So MT is also available, mu available, N available, RF available. Only PI is not available. So you can calculate PI from here. ठीक है, आप यहाँ से PI निकाल सकते हैं, initial tension in the bolt. So if this initial tension in the bolt is has some limit for the safe design, ना इस PI का कुछ लिमिट होना चाहिए सेफ डिजाइन के लिए, तो आप इस PI को कैलकुलेट करिए पहले। तो
20073.65
एक मिनट फिर से बोलिए 44
सर 20073.65
ओके ओके सो PI इज कमिंग टू
0073.65
73.65 the unit is Newton because it is a force है ना, the unit is Newton. So now PI is available. Okay, अब बोल्ट के बारे में देखिए, ये बोल्ट है, बोल्ट के हैं PI की वैल्यू मतलब टेंशन, इनिशियल टेंशन है ना, PI आपको पता लग गया। तो इस PI की वजह से बोल्ट के क्रॉस सेक्शन में कौन सा स्ट्रेस आएगा, है ना, ये तो एक्साइल फोर्स हो गया ना एक तरह से, बोल्ट के क्रॉस सेक्शन में टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस आएगा, है ना, टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस। सो टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस सिग्मा T is given by force upon area. So what is the force? Force is PI. Area is pi by 4 d1 square. d1 is the diameter of the bolt. So now in this formula, sigma T is tensile stress, permissible tensile stress. So you can find permissible tensile stress, SYT is 380, factor of safety is 3. So sigma T can be found 380 by 3. Okay, PI you have already calculated 20,073. So it is 20,073.65 Newton divided by pi, है ना, 4 ऊपर चला जाएगा, into d1 square. So only the unknown is d1. So just calculate d1. Just calculate d1 from here.
14.2048.
14.2048. Yes. So our answer is correct. 14.2 millimeter. Answer is over here. तो आज की क्लास में हमने क्या मतलब मैं समराइज कर देता हूँ। व्हाट इज कपलिंग? कपलिंग क्या करती है? दो शाफ्ट को जोड़ देती है ना, सिंपल डेफिनेशन। पावर एक शाफ्ट से दूसरे शाफ्ट में ट्रांसफर हो जाती है। ठीक है, कपलिंग कई टाइप्स की होती हैं। कुछ कपलिंग्स कोलिनियर शाफ्ट को ज्वाइन करती हैं। तो अभी जो रिजिड फ्लैंज कपलिंग है, इट इज यूज्ड टू जॉइन द कोलिनियर शाफ्ट। ठीक है, कुछ कपलिंग्स होती हैं जो पैरेलल शाफ्ट्स को ज्वाइन करती हैं, कुछ कपलिंग्स होती हैं जो एंगुलर शाफ्ट्स को ज्वाइन करती हैं। ठीक है, तो एंगुलर शाफ्ट्स को ज्वाइन करने में, कपलिंग में, ये सब आपने थ्योरी ऑफ मशीन्स में भी पढ़ा है कपलिंग्स के बारे में। तो इन मशीन डिजाइन कोर्स वी आर फोकसिंग आवर स्टडी ऑन द कोलिनियर कपलिंग्स। तो हम रिजिड फ्लैंज कपलिंग और फ्लेक्सिबल कपलिंग बोथ आर बेसिकली कोलिनियर कपलिंग। व्हेन द शाफ्ट्स आर कोलिनियर दे आर यूज्ड। सो हमारी स्टडी रिजिड फ्लैंज कपलिंग और फ्लेक्सिबल कपलिंग पर ही बेस्ड होगी। तो आज की क्लास में हमने रिजिड फ्लैंज कपलिंग में बोल्ट डिजाइन को समझा है। और बोल्ट डिजाइन में दो केस होते हैं। एक केस होता है जब देयर इज नो क्लियरेंस, है ना, बोल्ट्स आर फिंगर टाइट। सो व्हेन बोल्ट्स आर फिंगर टाइट द पावर इज ट्रांसफर्ड ड्यू टू शियर रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द बोल्ट। तो शियर रेजिस्टेंस के केस में पावर टॉर्क की हेल्प से, फॉर्मूले अलग हैं। सेकंड केस जो है क्लियरेंस, व्हेन देयर इज ए क्लियरेंस, तो क्लियरेंस के केस में फ्रिक्शन की वजह से पावर ट्रांसफर होती है। उस केस में यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट फ्रिक्शनल रेडियस, then initial tension in the bolt, then the diameter of the bolt. Okay, so these are the two examples. So I think it is sufficient for today. In the next class we will do the design of the full coupling, है ना। फुल कपलिंग से मेरा मतलब है कि आपको शाफ्ट भी डिजाइन करना है, की भी डिजाइन करना है, हब भी डिजाइन करना है, बोल्ट भी डिजाइन करना है ना। These all four components has to be designed. Okay. So if there is any query, then you can ask. Otherwise, I am stop sharing. I have just provided the summary of the couplings, two cases of the rigid flange coupling. Yes. Sandeep, clear everything?
Yes, sir.
चलिए, तो कल की क्लास में और दो लेक्चर हैं हमारे पास। तो आई थिंक इस वीक में हम वो डेट में बढ़ा दूंगा असाइनमेंट का, और इस वीक में हमारा कपलिंग फिनिश हो जाएगा।